A morning ritual for people who think deeply.
Zen AM.
Hey man, you talking today?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. Time for Zen AM.
Start off with some breath work.
What up, everybody? Welcome. It's another episode of Zen AM. I'm your host, Nehemiah. We got Darian DTB Brooks, man. It's Mother Scrumping Monday. It's Mother Scrumping May 4th. It's a whole new month. I know we hit the new month on Friday, but it's official now. We officially in May, y'all.
If you ain't pay your rent, what you say?
Hey, man, it's on the 4th. You got another day. You ain't paid your rent yet. You still got one more day for us late. So just make sure you got till tomorrow. So just make sure. Can somebody say grace period? I love doing the show just because time goes by so fast, but I hate doing the show because time goes by so fast.
That's true.
It's like, maybe it's because we older. Is that what it is? It's like when you get older, a year is less of your time than it used to be. You know, when you're younger, a year is a long time. When a year is almost a quarter of your life when you're younger. But when you start to get 30, 40, a year ain't nothing.
Right.
I think it's
because it's technology. Technology is so fast now, and you're able to communicate with people all over the world where it makes time shorter.
Yeah. Well, they say that time is moving faster anyway. We're vibrating faster.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you vibrate faster, time goes by faster. So that's a lot of people say it though.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it though, man. How was your weekend, man?
Weekend was good, man. Relaxed, rest, recovery, reset. Got back onto my pickleball stage. I had to help my dad out. He's back working again, and
he back working.
Yeah, he did a catering event.
Wait.
Oh, my father.
What's going on? What do you mean he did a catering event? Okay, for the viewers who out there, you know, who have not been watching this journey. Your pops, was it a stroke he suffered?
Yeah, he had a stroke in January.
A stroke in January, right? I'm talking about like a real stroke, you know?
Yeah,
like full-time stroke. Right. Yeah, not nothing to play with. And he was in the hospital. He just got home recently, maybe a month ago, right?
February.
Okay. Yeah. So he'd been home since February. And we are now officially in May, and he's doing a catering event.
Yeah. And it wasn't like no smart. This is a graduation party.
Oh my goodness. Like, how did that go?
Getting a call at 3:00 on Friday and like, hey, I need your help with cooking. I'm like, oh, we just need to smoke some meat. Put it in the smoker. No, got there at 4, left at 11.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that was.
So you had a catering event.
Yeah, I had a catering event, right?
Yeah, so you had to go do some catering.
I had to do some catering.
Okay. What? That's wild. How'd that turn out?
Turned out good.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Turned out good.
You gonna tell him no more catering events?
He told himself.
Okay.
See, with my father, you can't tell him things.
That's true.
He got to go through the situation.
Your pops is like Inception. You've seen the movie, right? Like, the idea can come from nobody but his own brain.
Right.
They got to come straight from. It can't come from anywhere. You know, I noticed that that's one of the family traits that we have.
Most definitely.
That's one of the family traits. They gotta. It has to come from them, right? They could hear it 1,000,000 times from you. They could hear it 1,000 times from this person, and all of a sudden they're watching something on TV or something, and it's the same idea that we've been giving them. And all of a sudden, you know, I should really look into this.
You know, every time I think about, I hear the Fetty Wap song, I think about you.
You think
I think about you.
It's hard. I remember, man. How's that? Is that video booming right now? I mean,
it's slowed down, but Chris Brown and Leon Thomas
They just dropped song.
have a song, and the music video is like that thing 50, 60 thing, like the Simmons thing. And I'm like, dang.
I told you.
Look.
Told you, man. We be on that. Hey, we be on that wave, man. I'm keeping all my ideas for myself for 2026.
Right.
All my ideas for myself 2026, man. I've been reading the book of Nehemiah, and
you reading your own book?
Yeah. Had to, man. Had to. I know. It's been thrown at me. My whole journey in Cali, the book of Nehemiah just kept coming up. Just kept coming up. Literally. Tavon at his church, they was talking about it. I'm driving and I got the radio on, then randomly, I don't even know how I got to the station, but this pastor's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then the book of Nehemiah, I'm like, that's crazy. Yesterday I threw on the church that I'll be watching, and it was a whole based off of the book of Nehemiah. And I had already been reading it, so it's just confirmation, right. But it's crazy because there's so many deep parallels in there. And, one of the things that Nehemiah did was he didn't tell people what God had told him. Kept it to himself. He did not, like when they was building, he didn't tell nobody that God told him to build that wall in the beginning. Right. So I was like, that's a good lesson for many of us. How many times are we sharing our stories or our plans before we even get to put them into action? How often are we doing that? And then what happens? People start to, that won't happen. They start to put their own projections on it. So then we start to enter into our own little bit of doubt that we didn't have before we share it. Right? When we share our stuff with people will project their own onto it because it wasn't given to them, So I took that and I was like, man, I gotta keep my cards. I'm already good at keeping my cards close, but I gotta keep them a little bit closer.
That's a fact.
Just a little bit. Shout everybody, we in here. I see everybody came up on Pam here. Boom, man, my mama. Pinky up in here. Varnell, what up, what up, what up? We got Torah, Only Black Hebrews of America's up in here. What do you say? What you say? I don't know who those people are for my biblical and Torah studies. Go on with your bad self.
Salute.
So yeah, man, it's been a lot of revelations just coming home and just growing and being in my own space. It's crazy, man. I had to do dishes today. That was weird.
Oh, for real?
Doing the whole Sunday cleaning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, how was that? Did you play some music? Did you have your DJ set?
I didn't have the DJ set up. That was another thing that happened, man. I got a late text from a bunch of my cast members. They were at this retreat with Emily. And I was supposed to do the retreat. Why you cover your face? What happened?
No, I just turned off by mistake.
Oh, you thought I was gonna say something?
No,
You pre-disappeared. You pre-disappeared. Hold on, let me read this before he starts.
No. You good. It's May. You good.
I'm gonna say this. Zen AM is a space for. I'm gonna do the quick and clean.
You good.
Informational purposes only, and it's not professional advice. I'm gonna give him the short version. See, they see you disappearing. Yeah, I got a text from some cast members, and they're at the retreat that I got invited to do, but I couldn't do just with the travel. But it was like a last minute text, and it was like, "Yo, you still doing your DJ set for us tonight?" And I was like, "Yo, we this wasn't confirmed. This wasn't confirmed." So in my head, I almost start scrambling, and then it was like, "Yo, hold on. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no." And I started going in and I'm starting to feel bad and all this. And it's like, hold up. It's okay to say no. Like, it is okay to say no to people. And I started just thinking like, dang, not only is it okay to say no, but it's a necessity sometimes for us to say no. Because what are we saying yes to that's keeping us from giving the energy to the stuff that we're supposed to be doing? Mm-hmm. I was running around ragged all weekend. That's a whole nother story about the moving. I got hit with the same thing you did, but I was just realizing how I'm always trying to do so much, and especially for people. And that was burning my candle at both ends. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no. I had to have a whole conversation with myself about that and be like, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no and not feel bad and not this and that, like they're telling you 2 hours before, like, hey, you still DJing for us? You know what I mean? This is 2 hours before. Like, we ain't do no setup, no prep. It's a virtual DJ set. We didn't talk about music or anything, so that was a very powerful lesson to me, because when we look at the most successful people, one of the things that we don't see is how much stuff they say no to. And that's one of the things that we don't see, because they're so locked in that there's a lot of things that they have to turn down in order to get what they need to get done. So that was something that popped up for me this weekend.
That's good, man. That's good that you had a lesson that you had to just say, hey, I can't do it. Because I'm the same way. I'd take on the world if I could. Oh, you need this? You need me to go here? You need me to do this? You need me to pick up that? You need me to... And just say, nah. And that's what I'm going to tell you. Sometimes it's weekends where like, yo, this phone is not me. It's okay if I leave it down and don't answer it. Shout out to Boo Man. He says, no has been my best friend for the last few years. I used to never turn people down. That's a fact. That's a fact. And it's okay with saying no.
Yeah.
Hey, where you go at, man? you did a disclaimer.
Oh, yeah. I had to turn the heat off.
Oh.
I'm hearing it come through the can you hear the heat?
Nah, you good.
Okay, I could hear it through mine, so I had to go and had to go ahead and
Oh. Hey, Boo Man, I'm calling you after the show. He said, man, that Cybertruck test drive, let me know one thing about myself. I am not working hard enough. Ooh.
Let's dive into that.
Ooh.
We should talk about some. We ain't talked money in a while, man.
Ooh.
We ain't talk financial literacy in a long time. We ain't talk no money. We ain't talk none of that.
Hey, we can definitely go there. You heard about Spirit, right?
Yeah. So let's. I think that. Woo! Let's talk. Let's get to some breath work first, man. Let's go ahead, man. Let's get into some breath work, man. Let's go ahead and get our chi right. Hey, shout out to all of the people in the. Oh, we got my man. Is just we got Jared in the building. Yo, my man Jared is he worked on the No Jumper podcast. That dude, man. We had a time. We had a time out in Florida. Shout out to my brethren. It's just Slave. Shout out Phenom the Barber. Up with Town USA, y'all. We about to talk about some spirit, about to get some breath work in. We're gonna talk some money today, y'all. Financial literacy. Let's go, man. We got a lot of people up in here today, man. It's beautiful. All right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just get our chi right, y'all. This is how we get our chi right. We just go ahead and tap into the breath. The breath's gonna get everything right for you. Deep breath in through the nose. Hold it. Release to the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Hold it. Release through the mouth. Inhale. Hold it. Release. Inhale. Hold it. Inhale. Hold. Release. You guys held your breath at 30 seconds, y'all.
There we go.
Y'all did the breath retention for 30 seconds, y'all. Y'all officially professionals now, just so y'all know. Y'all officially professional breath work people. So they shut down the only black airline. Spirit, y'all, has officially shut down. They canceled all of their flights. So there's people who, were in the middle of trips, and they shut down the doors. They've been struggling for a little bit, especially with the war that's happening right now, and with the surgence of what they have to now pay for jet fuel. So this has pushed them way over the limit. So they had to shut down and officially say goodbye to Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, man. I woke up, I think on Saturday, when I'm like, dang, Spirit. I went to the website, everything is down. Everything is down. And I'm like, it's really going to be a luxury to fly now.
Yep. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, we talked about that. It's really going to be a luxury to fly. The only way I see this working out, because I thought that Frontier was supposed to buy out, or they were supposed to join forces. That did not happen. If Frontier is able to buy their fleet, because Frontier currently has the all-you-can-fly pass.
Yep.
So if they can buy some of their planes back to boost that, I think a lot of people are going to the all-you-can-fly model. And I was talking to my systems, like, it's crazy that the United States doesn't have public transportation for the air, because I feel like public transportation is a very profitable business. So if you have an all-you-can-fly class, you can fly anywhere, and they have a fleet just for that, I feel like that airline would be very successful.
Well, maybe, right? We don't know what it's costing them.
That's true.
So I think that our cost for everything is so high here for so many different things. I think even JetBlue was talking about potentially going bankrupt. So they're looking for a bailout.
Yeah. So
I think that all of the masterminds definitely propose something like this. I'm sure that they all proposed, hey, what if we just do this and this? But we slowly started seeing the change with Delta. And with Delta restricting how many people can use the pass, how many passes you get to go into the lounges. So that was the first. And then Delta started, and then some of them started charging for the bags. Like, I think if you look with our Delta credit cards, we used to be able to get the first 2 bags for free.
Right.
Now it's only the first bag for free.
Yeah.
So the economy has been we've been seeing the shakeup of all of the actions.
Southwest, you assign seats now. Bags don't fly free no more.
So Southwest. So you got to pay for bags now. They took away the bags.
Yeah, they took away the bags, man.
Wow. Interesting times we living in, man. This is what airlines well, we did see, but we never seen, I don't think we've seen airlines go out. I think that we have only seen like mergers.
Yeah.
So this is the first we're seeing just straight bankruptcy.
Most definitely. I sent you a link. It's called Let Us Buy Spirit Air, with somebody that went viral on TikTok. And he wants people to pledge. And if they can, have the money that Spirit was looking for, maybe the people can own an airline.
Yeah. So they So basically, they are trying to get the funding up, and they're asking people for a pledge of $45.
Yeah.
And for $45, you can you'll get a ticket. That'll give you one ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this now. So they're trying to turn it into self-funding.
How you feel about that? The people owning the airline?
Come on, man. You know, I mean, I think there'll be some issues with that, but like who's gonna have to say so?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like who's gonna be on the board?
Yeah.
Right. Like those are all things. They're almost trying to crowdfund Spirit.
Right.
I mean, that shows you what other airline would have had that. I don't think any other airline would have had a crowdfund pop up.
Right. I think they should have did that though. I think they should have did it like a crowdfunding. I think that would have been unique, at least half.
That's what that is.
Yeah, this what this is, but I'm saying Spirit should have went out. This is not attached to Spirit.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping we see some changes. We're obviously not going lower, right? Like we're not going to see flights go lower. But the one thing about when you go international, flights don't cost this much.
Yeah, it don't.
Flights do not cost this much. So we need to reevaluate everything. Why is it when I'm in Amsterdam or when I'm in Berlin or when I'm in Portugal, why can I get to other countries for $200? And I can't even get to bum booty buck North Dakota for it cost me $500 to get to North Dakota.
Yeah.
America needs some changes.
Yeah.
This whole system it was built on sand. Yeah. The system is garbage. It's collapsing in front of our very eyes. It took one administration to collapse everything. Mm-hmm. Just one. That just shows you how bad it was.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like this is madness. Mm-hmm. This is madness. And I think that we're also living in a delusional time right now when I think social media is making everybody delusional. Everybody feels like they're so smart. They get these little algorithmic storylines. They don't do any research. Now all of a sudden they are, they're over here talking politics and they're over here. We don't know what's going on. I think everybody just got bamboozled. I think there's some people who woke up to the fact that they were bamboozled. Candace Owens, Carlson Tucker, all these people, they woke up to the fact that they were bamboozled. And then some of them are still kind of playing the line, still kind of playing that,
Yeah.
So this is I'm sitting back, man. I'm glad I ain't had no part of that.
Take a sip, man.
Now for all, yeah.
He said it costs $200 just to get a passport. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Trump will not save you. LOL.
He can't even save himself.
Yeah.
He can't even save himself.
Yeah.
That is not a man who is in a good position or a power position. Mm-mm. This man is not in any type of power position. I think that we've clearly seen that. He is not anyone calling any shots. He is. Let me say my disclaimer. Hold on before I start going. Zen AM is a space for conversation.
Man, you good, man.
Yeah. I was like, he ain't giving no shots. He taking back shots. He ain't.
I get out of there quick.
You gonna pull it? I just got bamboozled. He said, "No, you're good."
I didn't know you was gonna say that. Oh man.
So what do we do with our dollars now? Right? Money's crazy. What do we do? The market right now, you got to really be watching the market right now, right? Like whereas before you can kind of just set it and forget it, especially if you were with index funds and stuff. But right now, this is probably the most important time to be an educated investor. because of how many swings are happening. We're getting major swings up and down with the market. So you can't even, like, if you are being an intelligent investor, you can capitalize on it. But if you're not, I don't even know if people are at the means of even thinking about investments right now, right? Like, I think we're at a time right now where the division between the haves and the have-nots is getting so wide.
Yeah.
I think that the middle class was already being eradicated from America, but it still existed in places like Kansas City, the Midwest, these other places. You could be a homeowner making $50,000 a year. But I'm thinking that it's starting to feel like that middle class is being eradicated from all America, to where even places like this, there's going to be a major divide between the have and the have-nots. That's what it's looking like.
That's a fact.
Middle class done, gone.
Shout out to Numerology Nation. Building skills is the most important thing right now. Money is great, but if everything were to collapse right now, most of us can't grow our own food or survive outside of the system.
Yeah, those are definitely some important skills right now. If you don't have those skills, get some people on your side who have them, right? Because, I mean, even if you have those skills, you're still going to need land. They're not just going to let people out here foraging in the woods and stuff. Like, we can't even collect rainwater.
Yeah.
You think they're going to let you just inhabit land that you didn't pay for? Nah, they're not going for that. They're not going for that. That's kind of what happened in the beginning. That's how they got the Native Americans and all that. They started saying, you need deeds, you need this, all for land that's natural, that's God given. Now people are now governing these lands that are natural and giving us rules and a subset of rules and all of these crazy doctrines that we have to go by and create these laws that are far from the natural laws that we didn't even know existed, that now we're breaking these natural laws, you know. They're not about to just let us have no land, y'all. But the building is important. But I'm gonna tell y'all, man, like, it's important to know for yourself, but if you're trying to make money, then you really need to start looking into technology. That's really where it's going to be. I think that a lot of these jobs are still going to exist. Plumbers, these jobs are going to be in high in demand, but I think even in high in demand with the American mentality, people still aren't going to flock to those jobs. Like, they just aren't.
Nah, because we in a social media age right now, and everything is being done digital. Like, if you have a phone or computer, you can make money. So a lot of those labor jobs are going out. It's crazy. I was actually trying to get some crabs this weekend, some blue crabs, and the guy was like, he normally get his crabs from Louisiana, but he had surgery on his back, and he's about 70 years old. And he was like, there's no one in his city or town that want to start crabbing. He said he'd been crabbing ever since he was like 12 years old. It was a family tradition. So now that there's nobody in his area that wants to crab, he's just gonna have to just do it out. And that was one of his main sources of income. So a lot of people are moving into cities and not going to that farm life. And I think I might just eventually, probably in the next 10 years, is like, yo, I'm good. Let me just buy some acres of land and just live on a farm and just be chilling.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on in these cities.
Yeah. And, you know, when you go to different places, I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine, and we were talking about her finding a man and relationship. And one of the things, you know, that she talked about was like, I want a man in their power. I want a man in this and this. And a lot of women nowadays, they don't even want men who is a crabber or a fisherman, you know. So not only does our society look down on these people, but you can't even you can't even. When the last time you been at the club at a table, and it was bottle service, and the bottles was going crazy? You look over and it's a bunch of fishermen, right? It's a bunch of men. Never happens, right? It never happens. And in other places, these are careers. Like, these are trades in their careers. So not only are they respected, but you can make enough to make a living. You can't do that nowadays. No. Like, how much do you make being a crab man? What is it, like maybe 50,000, 60,000?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe 100, maybe 100,000 if you own it and you got a lot of clientele and stuff. But and where you at, you can't even. That's 100,000 is nothing nowadays. You can't even have a family with 100,000.
No. They said, I was reading a post. They was like, if you make 100,000 and I think it was like 7 or 8 states, you are in the low income portion. I think it was like Maryland, New Jersey, the tri-state areas and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, they pop it in IG. What up? Let
me turn the IG on, man. I ain't been on IG in a minute, man.
We got a Perez 2G up in here. He says, I've lived in California my whole life. I've driven through the grapevines numerous times. In the beginning, there wasn't a damn thing. Which in the last 15 to 20 years, he says, within the last 15 to 20 years, there's a bunch of oil rigs. Yeah. And he says, if you purchase lands that have a water supply, you aren't allowed to prohibit the water from flowing, but you can build something to your advantage in order to convenience yourself. And that's so true. And that was one of the issues that they were dealing with the California fires was flow. Mm-hmm. The water not flowing to certain areas because they wanted to redirect it. Mm-hmm. So some of the farms and stuff weren't even getting the water flowing to them anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. What'd she say?
The combos I have with the women, they really is a hating men epidemic.
Oh, women hate us. Women hate us. I don't think that women hate us. I think that things have changed so much since our parents were around with the dynamic between men and women. And I just think that social media and online has just skewed us so much from understanding the divine masculine and feminine energy that things have just been so mixed and matched, and what our standards have changed, and the things that we put up and we marvel at it's all fake and fabricated. Mm-hmm. And the things that we're asking for, like I said, I was having that conversation. It was like, I want a person who's in their power. I want a person who's in a power position, doesn't work for anybody, this and this. And I'm like, well, that's the difference between men and women. That's the biggest difference. You will never, ever, ever hear a man say he's dating down. Mm-hmm. A man could be a multimillionaire and he could go to McDonald's and fall in love with the cash register girl. Mm-hmm. And marry her. And never once will he tell his boys he dated down. Ever. Right. Ever. He said, man, I found my girl. Like, I've never heard even a man say, like, to me, I'm dating a little bit down. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that we say. Right. But women say it. This man he doesn't make this amount. He's not this height. He doesn't have this amount of stuff. He doesn't make enough for us to do these types of activities. That's dating down to a woman nowadays. And that's why they find themselves by themselves.
Yeah.
They hate it because it's like, because then they say men ain't, we chivalry is dead. We aren't willing to work hard. We aren't willing to do this. So they've taken this standard, and if a man doesn't feel it, then they look down on us for not feeling it because we ain't doing what we supposed to do to be in this. Well, you ain't a man.
Right.
The cost of living was never this high. Like, we're all adjusting to this.
Yeah.
This is an adjustment for all of us. Like, this is a brand new thing.
That's the thing I think we gotta take in perspective, because a lot of people was like, well, I come from a family where the man, carried all of the bills. That's when mortgage was maybe $800. Mortgage is running you about three bands right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, bring them back in this time and see how they would do it, how they would survive. I think there wouldn't be a lot of kids. I think a lot of people would be more self-efficient and not trying to procreate because of financial gain or where they are financially.
Yeah. I ain't trying to have no kids because of financial stuff. I'm the only 250 a year.
The only reason why I'm not having kids right now is because I don't know where the world is going, and I don't want to walk my child in something that I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
Or have the security to be like, okay, this is happening, but I have this for you. Like, probably when I get some land, if I get like 30 acres or something and start building stuff, I think I'll be ready to have a kid, because I can know, hey, if anything go left, you got a spot in New Mexico, you got a spot in AZ, or a spot in Montana where you can just be off the grid.
Yeah. So then we look at it like, what should we remember? We had this talk. Like, I think this is another reason why buying a home doesn't make sense right now.
Yeah,
this is why I think. Yeah,
you said that.
Buying a home makes 0 sense right now. Buying land is different than buying a home. Buying land makes sense, but buying a home makes 0 sense.
Right.
Makes 0 sense. Almost all of the properties right now are overpriced.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? That means that you're spending more than what the investment is worth.
Right.
You already you off the bat in the negative.
Yeah.
That's not how investments should look.
Right.
That's not how they should look. So buying a house right now, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Especially since we're kind of in a recession.
Yeah.
They may not say it, but we in a recession.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna tell you, with this spirit thing, it's like, all right, it's letting us know this is the first one, and it's not gonna be the last one.
Yeah. JetBlue will probably be next.
Yeah. They said they already projected the lose being a red 1.2 billion, I think.
JetBlue?
Yeah.
Yeah, they trying to get that bailout.
The same bailout with Spirit.
They're trying to get that bail. They're asking the government for that bailout.
But see, that's the thing I don't understand. Why doesn't the government have public transportation in the air? They got it for local cities, and I think it's profitable.
Yeah, because I mean, do we want the government with their hands? Like, do we want that?
We don't, but it'll be cost efficient. When things go high, they'll continue to keep it at a base rate. We dealing with these corporations that's money hungry and funneling the game. I mean, it's part of business though. So it's like, hey, if this flight is in high demand, raise the price. I don't think the government would do that. I don't see.
You don't think our government would do that?
I don't see bus fares going up.
But they're taking government funding. I mean, they're taking. Sometimes they won't give government funding. They almost took away SNAP.
That's true. So, when the government shut down, you don't get paid. Can you imagine a pilot don't get paid?
Brooks, he taking that thing straight to the mountain. he taking.
No, that's that. Yeah, I think that probably will be a good idea.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boo Bear. He says, we have been saying that for the last couple of years. We have immense freedom right now, living in our nice apartment. Not very wise to take a mortgage. I'm glad we didn't.
Mortgages.
See, that's the thing. we need to normalize talking about that. Because when I brought it up, and my sister, you was having a debate with my sister. She's like, yeah, I'm about to go buy a house. And he's like, don't do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the people that I know that own homes, that 30-year mark is coming up.
Mm.
You know, when it's time to get a new roof, or you had a leak, or you know, you gotta redo your whole kitchen because there's the floor is starting to be unbalanced. It's like, I don't think I want them problems.
You don't. You don't. You do if you got cash flow.
Right.
You do if it's your dream home.
Right.
You do if you're intentional about why you're owning it. You do if you got 50 racks just sitting for home repairs.
Right.
There's a lot of tax breaks that, you know, come along now with home owning. So that's going to help people out a little bit. We'll see, you know, curious because people should be getting what their returns pretty soon. We'll see if the return they got them. So we'll see what the returns look like with this new big, beautiful bill that was placed in with all of the new things that we were able to write off. So we'll see if there's, you know, some big changes with that. This was supposed to be, you know, one of the biggest tax break years ever with that new big, beautiful bill with all this like homes and repairs to the houses and 100% of work stuff being able to be written off and everything. So we'll see. I'm curious as to that. But when it comes to owning a home, this is still that baby boomer generation mentality. Mm-hmm. This is what they were told was success. You get married, then you buy a home, then you get the white picket fence, and then you're outside and you're waving to your neighbors. And nah, but not this era.
Because we ain't got no acreage, no backyard, no fence. We like living like this.
Yep.
We living so close, I can smell what my neighbor cooking.
Hear them arguing.
Yeah.
Hear they bad kids getting ready for bedtime. Like, I should have stayed in my apartment.
Right. Shout out to Numerology Nation. She says, what do you consider success? I like that.
Me personally? Oh, what you consider?
Health, mental, fitness, and love.
Mm-hmm.
All this money that ain't gonna get you into heaven.
Mm-mm.
I'm just trying to be successful in this room to prepare me for the next room.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if I have those in order, that's good, man. I'm gonna tell you, I make it a habit that I'll spend at least 30 to 45 minutes laughing a day.
Talk about it.
Like, I'll watch some comedy. I'll watch some TikToks. It's just very funny. And I'll just be literally just busting out laughing, having a good time. And it's like, with so much going on in the world right now, we have to be stern, firm, and macho. Like, you got to have time for yourself. You got to have time to laugh. Because if you don't, you're just wasting time.
Yeah.
What's success for you?
Freedom of my time. Freedom of my time and getting closer to what God wants for me as my purpose. Because that's what success is to me. The freedom of my time to spend it on what God wants and not what JJ from HR tells me I should be doing.
JJ, what up?
What up, JJ? I know there's a JJ in HR somewhere. So that to me is success, is not needing to answer to no man while I'm here on earth. I don't want to answer to no man in any way, shape, or form. They don't have the answers. They don't know what they're doing. And I should not.
The answer, Sway.
You don't got the answer, Sway. How? So that right there is success to me, being able to be completely detached from the system and being able to jump in anytime I want, but being detached and freedom of my time. to do what I'm meant to be doing.
I like that. I honestly, and I guess the question is, are we walking into success? Are we walking in it or from it?
Yeah. And I think I'm walking towards it.
Yeah.
I'm running towards it.
Right.
I've always ran towards it. You won't ever see me with a job and then not building my own thing. You'll never see that. I'm always trying to build my own thing. And the people who tell you that you shouldn't be building your own thing, keep them far away from you. Keep them far away from you, because they'll say that it's more work and it's this and this, but it is. But the payoff is so much higher. Like, when you are on your deathbed and you look at how you spent your time, that is going to be the biggest wake up call for you. And at that point, it's going to be too late. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to have that when it's too late. I'm not. So I'm running towards it every single day until it happens. And if it doesn't happen, at least I know that I was making the attempts to make it happen.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aunt Tara. She says, building strong family bond, living daily stress free. Me and Pinky was just talking about that. At this point, any barrier we have now, we will build the solution as opposed to using someone else's tools.
Yeah. That's what it looks like to me. And that's the reason why, I think financial literacy is so important for us, because financial literacy is the tool that allows us to have this freedom.
Yeah.
And these people will tell you, it's not worth it. It's not this. Just go. Don't listen to these people, man. Like, build your own. And it does. And it's okay to have a job while you're building, but just know what to do with your money. One, understand the power of your dollar. Two, stop spending money towards things. Spend it towards experiences. Mm-hmm. Three, know how to make your dollar last. And not only last, but learn how to make your dollar make you more dollars. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of money. Money, we've been taught to save money. But that's not the point of money is those little soldiers should be making you more money.
Most definitely.
So whether you put it in a CD, whether you put it in some stocks or some bonds, whatever the case may be, don't have it sitting inside of a checking account. Mm-hmm. Don't have your money sitting inside of a checking account, y'all. That's the worst thing that you can do with your money. You should only have enough money in your checking account for your bills. That's it. We get our money, we put it in our checking account, and it's just sitting there and it's just losing value. Take it out of there. The only type of account that it should be in, if it is inside some type of savings account, is a high yielding savings account. That's the only type of savings account your money should be in. Take it out the checking account, put just enough for your bills, and then put it into a high yielding savings account that you don't touch. Mm-hmm. Now, instead of that 0.1%, you maybe get 3 to 5% on your return. Find something that's giving you 3 to 5% on a return on your money. And it's these little tricks that are not told to us. We're told just to go work. We're not told what to do with our money. And then we find ourselves stuck in this rat race for our whole lives and never being able to get out of
it. Nah, that's true. That's true. These are all gems that you dropping, man. Invest in yourself.
And then so what does investing in ourselves look like, right? What does that look like? Well, we have to be honest with ourselves. Are we the type of person that can create something that can make us enough money to get out of our jobs? So you have to be honest with yourself and you have to work diligently to do that if that's something that you want. But you don't get out of your job until your side hustle makes you enough to be able to pay all of your bills and then some. Mm-hmm. The problem is some people don't want to work a regular job. So they stay in the negative. You got to be able to work a regular job and be able to build and not let that and stop that bleeding until you can put enough to build. And you got to sit with your family and say, what does success look like to us? Is it owning a farm somewhere? Is it this? Is it being in the city? Is it this? And then you got to figure out what the cost of that living is. And then now you have a number to attain to. Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? Now you know your business needs to make at least $200,000 or $250,000 based off of what number y'all came up with. Now you got real goals to set for yourself. All right, my company needs to make this in order for this and this to happen. So when we invest in ourselves, we got to have some tangible numbers. Once we get those tangible numbers, then we can create a tangible roadmap with smart goals attached to them to where we can track it along the way.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
So it starts with being honest with ourselves. But the first thing that I would suggest for everybody is to learn financial literacy first. Before you start building anything, start learning about the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Start learning what to do with your money. So when you do get an influx of money, you know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not buying Jordans. You're not going, you're not about to go buy the new car that came out. You're not about to go buy that 100-inch TV. You're not about to buy stuff to put yourself in more debt.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go and put that money into stuff that can pay you more. And it's okay to buy those things, but it's better when you have assets that are creating money that buys you your luxury things.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let your income that's supposed to be going to bills and building your life, don't let that go to these material things that lose value the moment that they come into your home.
Right. SMART goals.
Yeah, look that up. Those are, that's a whole system right there. We talked about this a while ago, but SMART goals this is how all of our goals should be set up. Go ahead and break that down for them. The acronym: measurable, attainable. Yeah, look at that. So
shout out to Numerology Nation. She says, I invest in myself by doing Pilates and I put my skills back into myself. That's smart too. That's really smart. If you got a hobby or a skill, you can definitely use that. Shoot, I play pickleball so much, I might need to become a pickleball instructor. 65 an hour.
If you love,
talk about it. Go ahead.
Do what you love, so you never work a day in your life. So let me just break to y'all what SMART goal stands for. Okay. SMART is an acronym, and it is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That's what a SMART goal is. So it's specific, right? It's specific. I am going to make $100 extra a month. Specific. It's measurable. By the end of the month, I'll be able to see if I got to that 100. If not, I got to 25. I got to $30. I got to this. We're able to measure where we are with that specific goal. It also has to be achievable. You can't set a goal for $100,000 a month and you have never even made $100,000 a year. You're never gonna meet it. So it has to be achievable. An extra $100 a month is achievable, right? So make that thing something that you can actually reach. Has to be relevant to what you're doing, right? Has to be a relevant goal to what you're trying to achieve. It can't be, I want to learn how to speak to dolphins. It's like great goal. And by the way, just so y'all know, it's illegal to talk to dolphins. Just so y'all know.
For real?
Yeah, I think it's illegal to talk to dolphins. I could be wrong, but it might be illegal.
No, you're right. You can get a fine up to $10,000. It is illegal to in the U.S. to attempt to communicate or talk or interact with wild dolphins.
Thank you. That's a whole nother rabbit hole that we will visit, because then you will be like, why? Right?
Yeah.
Why is that a law? And then you start to pull the thread, and then you be like, oh, what about that man that said he was kidnapped by dolphins and they had him build a whole underground city? Maybe that's not as, look, I digress. We're getting off. Look, Darian, you do this to me all the time. All right. T is time bound. It has to be bound to some time. By the end of this month, now it's time bound. So now you've just created a SMART goal. The $100 a month is now a SMART goal because it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, and is bound by some type of time constraint.
Yeah.
So that is how all of our goals need to start being. When we say, I want to get in shape, that's not a SMART goal. When we say, I want to make more money, that's not a SMART goal. When we say, I want to eat better, that's not a SMART goal. When we say, I want to be a better person, that's not a SMART goal. When we say, I want to read the Bible more, it's not a SMART goal. Those are goals that will always just live in the ethers because we can't measure them. And there's no tracking device to tell us whether we're close to the goal or not. And if we need to make certain changes to get closer to the goal, we can't measure it. Mm-hmm. So from now on, when we're looking at our goals, ask yourself, is it smart, especially when it comes to financial goals? So don't just say, I want to get rich or I want to make more money. You got to be very specific. I want an extra 50,000 a year. I want an extra this amount a year. I want an extra this amount a month. And this is how I'm going to do it. And if I don't do it by this, these are the changes that I'm going to make. So I wish I could actually, I'm going to show y'all. I want to turn this camera to show y'all my SMART goals.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm going to lose the angle, but let me see.
It's all good.
So look, you see this board? These are my SMART goals right here. So these are my SMART goals for Peak Lead AI. 100 calls a day, 25 people I get in contact with, 4 people I do a demo for, and I do 1 close a day. And these are the numbers that will happen if I reach that. Mm. So I didn't just say I want more sales, I want more this, I want more this. These are the goals that I have to reach in order to get what I'm trying to get. I got to make 100 calls a day. Mm-hmm. That's the non-negotiable. If I make 100 calls a day, then I reach my SMART goals, which is this amount of clients. So by December, my goal is to have 230 clients. My goal is to get 29 clients a month.
Those are very obtainable goals.
Yeah, that 1% is only like these numbers, 100. If I contact 25 people, that's only a 25% reach contact rate, which is pretty low. Like if I called 25 people and 25 people answered, then I may not even have to make 100 calls because I just hit that 25. Mm-hmm. If I call 50 people and I get 4 demos and 1 close, I've already reached those goals. So that's 25%, that's 4%, and that's 1%. So if I'm at a 1% close rate, then I make my goals. 1% close rate is very doable. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to be a salesperson to do 1%. No, so these are very, very, the 100 calls is the hardest part. That's the hardest part out of all of this. Having a system that can dial, having this, how long is it going to take? What's the system? What's the follow-up system? Is it an automatic dialer? Am I sitting here looking at all of these companies before I dial? What's that, 5 or 10 minutes per company? Breaking it down to get to the 100, that's the hardest part. The rest of this stuff is easier.
Man. Shout out to Numerology Nation. Seeing your board made my heart legit happy.
Why'd that make your heart happy?
That's some good stuff, man.
I got whiteboards all over. I got a whiteboard in every room. I got 2 in here. So that's the goals one. And then I got an actual calendar one right here. And then I got one in my bedroom. That's my accountability calendar. Mm-hmm. So I put on there my accountability, what am I trying to do every single day? Meet my health goals, which is taking my vitamins, doing 100 push, whatever the health goals are. Yep, check that off. Did I do my business goals, which is 100 calls? Check that off. Boom. Yep, I did that. Did I work out today to meet? Yep. Boom. Did I eat right? Boom. My accountability thing, and that's right in my bedroom. So I have to cross it either as soon as I'm waking up or before I go to bed. So if I go in there lay down, I got to look up at the accountability calendar and say, you know what? I didn't do this. Let me go take my ass in the studio right now into my office and get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability.
Accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Chucky Ellis. He just dropped
Chucky Ellis in the building. Hey, we need some. We got Chucky Ellis in the building. I always get excited when Chuck come through, man. Y'all don't even get it, man. When I see Chuck's face, I'm like, we in here. It's morphin' time. It's morphin' time.
That's a fact.
So yeah, that's how I set it up, man. If anybody, you know, this is the type of stuff that we're gonna be talking about and joining on the Patreon. But this is the type of stuff that I just been doing and I just put myself through. And I know there's a lot of people, who want to get better, who want to start stretching themselves. And it's like these little tiny things that we pick up just from like books and stuff like that I've been able to gather. I know Chuck had an accountability calendar at one time. So it's like we're just always sharing these tools with each other. And that's iron sharpening iron. Mm-hmm. Atomic Habits is a great book for anybody out there. Go read that book. It's a great book for anybody looking to increase their habits. So it's like these little gems that we come across that, that we can use to kind of get our minds out of the rat race and locked into our goals, getting closer to God, all this so that we don't get caught up in the distractions.
Accountability. She said, hey, I've been watching Chuck's YouTube. It keeps getting suggested to me. Salute.
Got that fire, right? I'm telling y'all, he got that fire, y'all. Like,
salute.
Fire, man. I try to listen to other people's music. I be trying to listen to other praise music. It just don't hit the same.
Right.
It just don't hit the same, man. I be sitting here like some praise music be making me depressed. Like, man, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like some of that stuff be depressing. When I listen to his stuff, it's like channeled. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it's like channeled. It's like, oh, I could get with this, especially not even, I ain't really been to church like that in years. So shout out to Chuck for what he doing, man. We gonna have him on the show when he ready. It's early on the West Coast, so we gotta do our guests a little bit different, maybe on the Patreon or something. We gonna get that all locked in. But shout out, we always like when Chuck joins. She said, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you, this is the last question, and I probably should save it to Wednesday. I know that we talked about us, not basically being off grid, but I'm looking at a topic. It says more Americans are quitting their U.S. jobs to work abroad. Mm-hmm. So if we are having our own businesses or companies or having remote work, is it smart for us to work and live abroad?
I think it's no. I don't think so, because you still got a job.
Right.
I think when I was looking at the jobs in Berlin, jobs don't pay as much in certain places as they do in America. Mm-hmm. So I think that the dope balance is finding a job in America that pays more than what one of those jobs do, but just live.
Right. To live abroad.
Yeah. I think that right there is
I think a lot of US jobs are starting to find that out, and I think they're gonna start putting roadblocks. There's always a way to try to stop you from finding peace or trying to grow and elevate.
I think that as long as you're doing, because I think that the remote work is better for jobs. I think that they're finding the balance, and the biggest thing for them is the productivity, but they save so much money. Every company is downsizing right now.
Yeah.
Every company. Yeah. And having them big offices and stuff is costing them a lot of money.
in prime locations.
So if they can save money by not needing to pay this $200,000 a year bill to have their office, they don't care if the work is getting done. They don't care where you live.
That's a fact.
They don't care, and they can't tell you have to live a certain place. That's the whole point of remote. But they're making it easier for people because now all of these places like Portugal, Thailand, they have these expat visas. Have you heard of that?
Expat visas?
It's called expat. EXPAT, expat.
No.
Because that's what you are. When you're a remote worker, you're an expat. So a lot of these companies are having expat visas so that they make it easy for you to come there and work remote, but just live there. They might give you an expat visa for a year or two.
Right.
So a lot of these places are making it very, very easy.
Gotcha.
So I would say if you need to work for somebody, do some research more. This is what's going to happen. The companies outside of the country are going to have a lower turnover rate, meaning if they hire you and they rock with you, you can have that job for the rest of your life.
That's a fact.
People don't switch careers and jobs out the country like that. It's not a thing. They rock with what they rock with. So that's the plus. And then obviously it's easier to get a visa too when you are working for a company that is based in there. So that's a plus. So I would say do the research because depending on your position, it might be smarter to get a job out of the country because then it's easier to get the visa to live there. Now, if you are a person who wants to work for yourself or you already have a job and you can do it remote, then you don't really you can just stay what you're doing and just find a place. For instance, company that I'm working with, for what they're paying me right now, I could go live in Portugal and live by the ocean instead of living in Kansas City, Missouri. Same job. It's all remote. Same wage. I don't even got to talk to them about getting a raise. I could stay what I'm getting paid right now and then be straight in a different country. Especially if you go to a place like Portugal that has good tax laws for, so we're not paying double in taxes. So that's what I say. Do the research first on what your skill sets are, all of that, and find out, will America pay you more or will another country pay you more? And then find out the visa situation. And those would be how I would determine whether or not I get work there. And if it's hard to get a visa somewhere, get the job in their country and it's going to be way easier. And get a bank account. Get a bank account and a job, and they're gonna rock with you way more. Way more. Make sure you got that money in your account. Because if you coming in as an expat, they're gonna want to see
what you got.
6 months at least. They don't want nobody coming to their country who can't afford it. So you're gonna need that 3 to 6 months of wages in there on top of having that income. So when you start to look out the country, make sure you got that little nest egg. But
it's a fact.
Everybody's doing it, man. Go look at these countries like Portugal. Go look at Jordan. They're bringing people over. A lot of places are welcoming us. I don't know what it's looking like now and after this administration. And that was right before all this craziness happened. But but there's a lot of places that want to bring us over. Absolutely,
that's a fact. All right, then, man. Well, it is 9:09. She says, what's up with the passport? That thing, if you haven't had it for 6 months, it makes it harder to get back in the country.
If you haven't had your passport for 6 months? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I had my passport. I always get mine
renewed.
I always get it renewed before it.
I do mine 2 months in advance.
Yeah, always do that. Always keep it renewed. Cost you $80 online. You'll have it in 2 weeks. They don't play. Mine expired in March, so ordered the new one. Already came. Took a week. So it's easier to get a passport when you're in the system than it is to get your ID.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You could take a picture with your phone and send it into them, and they cool with it. So, all right, y'all. Man, I hope this helps some of y'all with the financial literacy aspect of it. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. We had a lot of people on the IG pop in. We'll be here Wednesday. Same Zen time, same Zen network. Holla.
Holla.